Maybe you've found yourself in that very familiar situation where you want your kids to apologize for something that's gone wrong, but you don't want to force them to say, I'm sorry, but they really should. And you're sick and tired of the lackluster, meaningless I'm sorry that you're getting from your kids, but you're not so sure what you should be doing instead. This video will show you exactly what you can do instead. I'm going to give you two specific responses that are much better than just saying, I'm sorry, where you're going to help your children start accepting responsibility for their wrongdoing and working towards forgiveness that will build a stronger relationship in the long run. The phrase I'm sorry is a perfectly good phrase to use. It's a verbal expression of remorse and regret and sorrow. The problem is when our kids don't feel it and we're trying to force it to happen. At the same time, they need to do something here to accept some responsibility. That's where we get into trouble. We can help children with a lot of aspects of the heart. We can help them recognize what they're doing is wrong, accepting responsibility for that wrongdoing, making a plan for what to do differently next time, committing to doing better the next time. The only things we can't help them with is feeling sorrow about what they did wrong and desiring to do the right thing next time. We can't affect that. We can make a plan, but we can't affect their feelings in that way. Even the Holy Spirit doesn't force himself on your child or you in terms of feeling this commitment to doing what's right and expressing sorrow about what's wrong. We need to develop that in our own hearts ourselves. But when we have the language and the conversations with kids to do those other things that I talked about, we are setting the table for the emotions to follow as well. So the first better response we can teach our children to have is probably one you are somewhat familiar with, especially if you're used to anything like giving I messages and active listening. Very simple model you can teach your kids is simply saying, I heard you say, next time I will, please forgive me. So this might sound something like having your child say something as simple as, I heard you say you're frustrated that I always run out and try to grab the best swing in the backyard first. Next time, I'm going to give you your choice of swings first. Please forgive me. It's something as simple as that. Now, getting up to that statement takes some work. We have to have another conversation with that kid to prepare them to have that response. But that response is completely possible. And notice, I didn't say I'm sorry. This kid might not feel sorry. That's okay. Saying, hey, I heard you said this is what is upsetting you. Here's what I'm going to do differently. Please forgive me. It's a way of your child acknowledging, hey, I was wrong for what I did there. And I need some forgiveness from you. That's what you're doing in that situation. The second better response is a little bit of a play off of the first one, but it goes a little bit deeper. Here's what it might sound like. It says, say what you did. It was wrong, or that was wrong. Next time I will, please forgive me. So taking the same situation we had before about taking the swings that we know our sibling wants, we would say, I ran out to the swings and got the best swing before you had a chance. That was wrong. Next time, I'll let you choose the swing first. Please forgive me. The difference here is your child's actually identifying the action they took and telling their sibling or whoever they did this against that it was wrong. And in this type of language, whether it's the first one or the second one, what we're doing here is we're digging down deeper into the heart and into the conscience. The conscience has four different parts: doing what's right, dealing with wrongs, being honest, and caring about others. And when we're saying things like, what I just did was wrong, you're tapping into the conscience of that child at that point. That child is identifying at a conscience level, I did something wrong, and the conscience wants to do what's right. So I'm saying this thing, I'm not going to do anymore because my conscience is saying it's wrong. Instead, I'm going to do this. And now I'm looking to restore relationship here and ask for forgiveness. Do you see how saying I'm sorry is not necessary? Is it wrong to say I'm sorry? No, it's not wrong to say it. Forcing it on a kid doesn't really work. And these two models that you can use with your children, don't force them to say things that aren't true. They may not be sorry. They may not feel sorrow and remorse about what happened. They're simply acknowledging this is wrong. And there's times where I have to have that conversation with kids. I've had kids look at me and say, I'm not sorry. And I look like, I know you're not. That's fine. But you need to admit what you did is wrong. And you're saying, BJ, what if they say they don't want to admit that? I don't think it's wrong at all. Well, we need to take a break now. Like, clearly your emotions are getting too wrapped up in this. You need to go take a break, have a drink, have a seat over here, calm down, come back to me when you're willing to identify what you did that was wrong, why it was wrong, and what you're going to do differently next time. Our child at that point, when they're not willing to engage in this conversation and they're saying like, I don't think I'm wrong, they're telling us they need to have a heart change. They need to slow down life, calm down, and focus on their hearts. So we're going to take a break. We're just going to have a seat right here. We're not setting a timer. It's not timeout. We're not yelling at a kid, you get to take a break. No, we're simply saying, well, if you're not ready to identify that this is wrong, you need to take a break. You need to calm down till you come to some conclusions here. I'm not going to logically convince this child. This child needs to take some time to pray, some time to calm down and recognize shoe is on the other foot. This is not the way life should be. You'd be upset too. And you see, having a kid take a little break, calm down, and come back to you to talk, that's where we can prepare this conversation. That's where we can help a child reach a point where they can be ready to say something like, hey, I did this thing. It was wrong. Next time I'm going to do this. Please forgive me. It's taking a break and having that positive conclusion conversation where we talk to a kid about, hey, tell me what you did that was wrong. And then they can verbalize that. Why was it wrong? And what are you going to do differently next time? Okay, let's take those 3 questions and your answers to them. Let's turn it into a statement you can make to your sibling or whoever you need to talk to at this point. Let's turn that into a statement so we can start working on the relationship over here with this person. Once we've had that conversation and we've asked for forgiveness, we've offered forgiveness, we're free to go. And we want to tell that kid who did the wrong thing, okay, you did the wrong thing. You know why it's wrong. You have a plan for next time. You've apologized. It's time to put this behind you. You're free to go. Go back, try again. And I fully believe in you to do the right thing now. We need to show our kids that they've been restored, that they're okay. Jesus does this with us. We mess up all the time. I don't know about you. We mess up all the time. And we need to go to Jesus and say, Jesus, I'm sorry. This is what I did. And here's why it's wrong. Could you please forgive me? Here's what I'm going to do next time. And Jesus says, yeah, that was wrong. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It violated my word in these couple ways. But you know what? You've got a plan. Okay. Hey, here's a little bit more for that plan you've got. Go try again. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. We want to communicate that to our kids too, that, hey, we've got a plan. This is behind us. Let's move forward now. When I talk to parents about using these 2 responses, one of the questions they always ask is, but what do I do if they need to make amends somehow? They broke the Lego tower that their sibling made, or they messed up their room, or did something wrong like that. Well, they just get to say, I'm sorry. They just get to apologize and move on. No, there are places to make amends. So in that statement, I heard you say, it was wrong. And here's what I'm going to do next time. Please forgive me. You can add in another statement that just says, and right now, I'm going to go clean up the Legos. Right now, I'm going to go reset your bedroom the way it was before I kicked the board game, or whatever it might be that they need to go fix up and make amends. That's what we do. We put it in the statement at that point. Or sometimes we put it after the statement because our kid needs a little bit more time talking about it. But yes, making amends is a good thing. Requiring amends, that's a little different because some situations really are just conversation. But making amends is good. Sometimes our amends is just by the statement. Other times we have to take some specific actions in this moment to make amends, to make it right at that point. So yes, it's okay to do that with your kids. What we're doing here is promoting honesty in the conversation between our children. It's not honest to say I'm sorry and not actually mean it. So we want to come up with statements where we're being honest. And if I'm honest, I'd love you to hit that thumbs up button to let me know that this video has been helping you. And if you want some more help to sort of navigate relationships this summer, deal with tricky attitudes, bad attitudes, big emotions, all kinds of things like that, you want to click the link in the description down below and check out my Parenting Summer Sanity Camp. And if you're saying, BJ, I'm watching this and it's not summer right now, you should still check it out because all those strategies work all year long. I just put them in a summer sanity camp because, quite frankly, summer is really challenging when families are together. So check it out down below. And in the meantime, if you're going to hang out more here on YouTube, I'd highly recommend you watch this video. It's going to help you stop refereeing your kids' battles and instead learn how to coach them through a disagreement that they have. And if you're really not so sure what to watch, YouTube thinks this would be the next video for you.